So first, let's talk a little bit just about you and your background in music and your ties to Central Virginia.
Okay, well, I was born in Charlottesville, raised in Louisa, went to Louisa County High School. Um, Come from a musical family, did band, started singing, moved to trumpet, eventually sold that trumpet for drum set cymbals, and I've been playing drums ever since.
Awesome, love that. So what inspired you to kind of start taking drumming and music seriously and thought that, hey, maybe I could do this as a career one day?
Oh, okay. Well, as magical as music is, it was really just knowing this about myself that I really would not have been happy doing anything else. Um, uh, I've had 9 to 5s. You do them, and plenty of musicians do them, and will continue to do them. Because touring is not forever, all the time, and it's not even the entirety of a year sometimes. But I knew that I needed to be living in artistry and being in that creativity and doing that for a living.
So now let's talk about kind of the fun stuff and everything. All of that you have been able to accomplish in just a short amount of time. I know you went to Berkeley for college and now you are just blowing up everywhere. You were on SNL, you've been on tour and everything like that. So talk to us a little bit about some of the highlights of your career and things that you've been able to experience and enjoy while showing your love of music.
Okay, so I started playing at 12. Started making money. One of the people that I looked up to said that you turn pro when somebody decides to pay you for what you do. They didn't clarify or specify an amount, that you had to be paying rent or anything like that. But I started making money when I was 14. I started making money very young. Um, with that being said, it's been a long road. I'm 30 now, and this year has kind of been the high point of my career so far. I've been on TV a handful of times. I've played festivals. I've played crowds of tens of thousands of people, and I was on the NFL Network playing the Thanksgiving halftime show. Jimmy Fallon was a bucket list thing for me personally. And then if you want to talk about scale, I would say it has to be the Thanksgiving halftime show and then SNL.
I mean, those are pretty hard to beat, I would say. Um,
Yeah, yeah. It's
so
like it's either that or the Super Bowl. Like,
yes, I know. That sounds so awesome. I feel like it's on a bucket list for so many young musicians to be able to perform at a big scale like that. And I feel like a lot of young musicians now, Christmas around the corner, they're asking for those drum sets, that piano and everything like that. So what would your message be for young students that want to get into music when they're not necessarily in an area that's like New York City and LA? I mean, you come from Central Virginia. So what would your message be for young students that look up to you and want to follow your path of success?
well, one, I hope they get that instrument. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for supportive parents. So my next message goes to them: support your kids. They say they want to get into art. You have to take it seriously first. I noticed that a lot of times art isn't really looked at as a valid profession. Um, but I would ask anybody who thinks that to think of a world without any art in it. There would be no commercials. There would be no TV shows. There'd be no movies. You'd be riding in your car on road trips in silence. Um, Art is everywhere. Art is everywhere, and it has to be created by people. And so you should support your kids. Support your kids when they say they want to do art, and support them through their transitions. Like I said, my first instrument was voice, and then I moved to trumpet, and I played that for 5 years, and then I sold that trumpet, and now I'm here playing drums. So give them what they need to succeed, and that starts with the parents. Um, and then to the kids who are on that journey, be steadfast in it. It's difficult. You have to put the time in, and I guess, quote unquote, pay yourself by really being diligent with the craft and honing it. That takes time. Learning people skills, learning how to network, and then there might come a time where you have to move.
And then lastly, so you've had a big 2024. What do you hope is next for you in 2025 and any future plans that you have?
So I do believe that I'm still continuing to work with Shabuzi in 2025. What I know is going to happen is a Europe tour. We're going to Europe. After that, I'm not too sure, but if it's anything like this year, it's going to be great. And more than likely, it's going to be bigger than this year.